Hey guys, what is up? It's GetSplitSkid here. Today we are just gonna be going over sort of some of the things that you will need to build a simple 100 stacker. I do not consider myself a OG cannoner. I am a good cannoner by a lot of means, but I am not a OG. So we are going to start out with the sand comp. Now, the sand comp, it's pretty self-explanatory. It pushes the sand into the cannon. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, the way I do this is I normally start with 4 high and 2. And then on the sides, I'll put another 4, like so. And then that's complete. Now, I'm not going to be going for good looks here, so I'm just going to put there. Now, if you would put a block there when you, for example, have a repeater now, or a torch, let's do TNT 1, 2, 3, let it load, so now they're loaded, they will come out. Now, if you have a there, it will not go. So it's kind of just there, so that doesn't work or happen, right? So this is what it should look like. Well, minus this, but yeah. So you're gonna take the redstone and you're gonna put 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're gonna put 7 out. You can do 6. I prefer 7. It just looks better in my opinion. But that's just a personal choice. And now you're gonna be putting your pistons for the sand. So I normally like to be able to see in my sand comp. Some people don't. It really just depends. I preferably do this. So just put it too high. Then your pistons go on top. Pretty self-explanatory again. Now there is RCs and stuff, and those are more of a advanced sort of thing. So now we are gonna be using. I just threw out my glass. Now we are just going to do this like so. Now this is for when the pistons are coming out. This is going to hold it open so all the sand can fall. Now again, same thing like before. You have to put glass on top or else it'll go into the current. Or it'll go into the dispenser, pardon me. And then, just like so, you can do like that. Now you can either you can put ladders there, which is what I prefer to do in case you're rapid firing on a base and, well, sand comes into here and it blows it up, because that is always a possibility. Cannons don't always like to work. So now you should have something like so. This is probably more of a basic thing. Okay, so you're just gonna hollow it out like so. Boom, 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 boom. And now you can see you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should have a 6 by 2 sand comp. Okay, now this is kind of where you have to get a little more attentive. So you're gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're gonna put a 4 high, same as before, right along this one. Okay, you will not have it into here. So if you do 5, 50, 1, 2, 3. It will not go, or at least it shouldn't go. Yeah, see, it shouldn't go. And then all of these come out, so none of that came out, so you're good there. And now you should just put this up like so. Now this is gonna shoot it into the barrel. Now along here, you're just gonna put it like so. Whoops. And then you're just gonna put your barrel. Now, there's many ways you can do a barrel on a cannon like this. I prefer a sand comp to be 4 and your cannon itself to be 5, because that's what your barrel is needing to be, is 5. But yeah, it really just depends on what you want it. So as you can see here, that's 3. I prefer 3 as well. 3 on a 100 stacker is mainly my choice. But you can do you can do 4 as well if you really want. But now you're just gonna put this. So in order to have it compact, you're gonna want this, because you have blocks coming out of here. You're gonna want this to go 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now same thing on the other side, and then you're just gonna connect them. and this is just so that your cannon can be as compact as it can. This is just for a simple 100 one shot. If you're going to be doing like a 255, your layout's obviously going to be different. You're going to have a much bigger sand comp, much more advanced wiring, stuff like that. And then just whatever block you want in here, you can just place it. Just keep in mind that your sand is getting shot into here, so you do need a block here and here. I prefer ladders, so just quick and easy access. Whoop. So yeah, and then I just prefer to do this in case something goes wrong. Oops. Sorry about this FPS lag. If I'm getting any, I have no idea if I am. Okay, so you should be getting something like this. Okay, fairly basic. It looks pretty cool, I think right now. But now you're gonna take your glowstone, or you can take slabs. I prefer glowstone because it's easier to print with Schematica. And you're just gonna put this, okay? So this is kind of where it gets a little more advanced for some people, or this is the easier part, you never know. So you're just gonna put it on the bottom, leave the middle, put it on there, and then do the same. This is just so that your redstone does not get caught up and stuff like that. So like this, and then the same over here. Now here, you're gonna put it here, like this, boom, 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 boom. Now, the reason why you're gonna do this is because on that, it's not too wide, right? So if you're gonna put it like that, you would have one here and one there, and it'll just be messy. This is kind of just making it very compact and very easy. Now, there's many ways to do a 100 stacker like this. I prefer it this way. This is just the easiest way for me in general. Now, this is where you're going to start putting your repeaters and your comparators much more, and you're probably going to get a little more confused. So this is going to be your block. So your redstone over here on top of your slabs is going to come across and connect. Now, I'm just going to remove that for a sec. So when it comes across, you're going to, as you just noticed, you're going to put a block one back. So it should be at the end of your blocks. And you're just going to put a torch. Okay, so these should all contract and you should have no issue with this, okay? So then I'm just going to put a 100 stacker, 10. So now you should see 108. You can't really get it exact, which is unfortunate. But yeah, now I prefer to put just sand here in case you have an alt or another person just AFKing, placing sand. But that's all of your choice. Now, when I am normally building cannons like this, I do not test them before I'm done. So this I'm going to test just for the sake of you guys. So now you can see that you have some more looking of a cannon, right? It looks more of cannon, I guess. But now you're going to put your comparators like so. Okay, so 2 blocks out from your torch, and it just comes around like this. Now this is what it's gonna do is it's gonna hold the charge for this sand to come down. Now, if any of you guys watched my 150 speed build, you will notice that I can actually do the same thing and stack it up to 150. But past 150, you're gonna need more. I'm not gonna explain that because it's more of an advanced kind of idea. But yeah, this is where you're gonna, I guess, kind of want to, I guess you could say, experiment with your ideas and stuff like that, because this is where your kind of wiring is gonna get pretty messy if you're not careful. So I like to do it like this, but basically what you want is you just want it coming up like this and then hitting this, okay? Don't worry, if it holds, that's what you need. You don't necessarily need it, okay? But sometimes you can just put a repeater there and that'll work fine, and then yeah, but that's not how we're gonna do it. Okay, so now over here, this is where it gets a little confusing because this is 7 long, right? And then you have 2 and then 7 more, right? You cannot put it on this block and get it over there. Therefore, if you put it over here, it has to equal 12. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, because you have 12 repeaters, I'm going to go into the ticks later, so just don't worry. Your sand comp will actually then have that over there, right? So if you have it like this, you can actually hook it up like so, and then it's much cleaner, right? That looks pretty clean, compact, stuff like that. So now you're gonna want 12 repeaters on 4 ticks, so, or 11 repeaters on 4 ticks, pardon me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now your 12th is gonna be on 2. So you just put it 1 there. And then this little blank space, don't put a redstone. You're going to want a quick pulse. Now, a quick pulse is just basically used so that it just hurries up and you don't need more things than you need. So now you should have something like this. Now, this right here should work in condition that you did everything right. But we are not done because we have not hooked up our dispensers. So we are going to want 8 here, or 6 here, pardon me. So you're going to want 1 full and 1 on 2. Okay, now this is kind of where I do stuff differently every time. I can do stuff like this. I can just come in here if I want to compact. But for the sake of compactness, or not compactness, cleanness and wiring sakes, we're going to make this clean. So we're going to put it here, and because redstone only travels 15 blocks, you're going to want to make sure that you are watching that, or it'll be a pain in the ass debugging later. So we have 2 here, and we have 3, and then I'll just put a 4th one over here. So now, this is on 4 ticks, this is on 12, or not 12, but 12 full repeaters, and then you have it on 6 over here, okay? So now, if you were to fire this, it should work. Sorry if I get FPS lag as well. I'm on my own private test server here where it's hosted from my own computer, so yeah. So here, and then should all fall down, and then boom. So you should have 100 sand. I'll just clear my inventory, and I'll do that for you guys, just so you guys can see that it does shoot 100 sand. Oof, that FPS lag. So if it doesn't work, you do have to realize that every time that you do a step on that cannon, that you have to make sure you're doing it right, or it's going to be a pain in the ass trying to debug it. So here we go again. As you can see, sand falls down, and then it shoots, bang, and then you have 64 plus 44, yeah. And then now onto our power, okay? So our power is a little different. It's going to be, I'm just going to do I guess I'll do a 25 chunk, but that really just depends on what you want to do, okay? Now, we have things called aligners. Now, aligners are, when you're shooting east and west, your TNT, because it's only 0.95 of a block, right? It needs to be aligned, because if it doesn't get aligned, your hammer is going to get pushed the wrong way, and it's not going to work, right? So an aligner is just like this, okay? So I prefer to do like this. You can put a piston here, for example, as well. I don't personally like to do pistons because I don't know. But yeah, so 1 there, and then you're just going to put 8 there, okay? Now, this is where your boosters kind of get important, okay? So as you can see, that is 8, okay? Now, same on the other side. Now, 6 by 10, or 6 by 10, yeah, 6 by 10 is 20 chunks, I believe. 8 by 10, that's 25. So just, you kind of want to keep that in mind when you make this, just so you know, like, oh, okay, if I need to cannon this, I need to go this far, okay? Now, anyways, now on to the power wiring, okay? So as you can kind of see there, I went 2, and then like this. Now, I preferably do it like this, where I can just hook my thing up like that, or I don't even need a redstone here. but that kind of just depends. And then you're just going to want to do the same thing as you kind of did on your sand comp. Just put it there, and you're going to want to get a glowstone, and you're going to want to put it like this, okay? Now, glowstone always goes on the back because repeaters cannot go in glowstone. If your repeaters go in, well, it's not physically possible to go in glowstone, your cannon just won't work, right? So you're just doing this, and then you're going to want to stack that up. For the sake of me, I'm just going to use world edit, okay? You do not need the blocks there. I hate it when people put those blocks there. Most useless thing ever. So it should look something like this so far. And then we're just going to do the same on the other side, like so. Yeah, so also guys, if you guys want to, like, let me know what I should do, because I'm trying to push out videos every, like, couple weeks here now, because I've kind of started to enjoy YouTube again. I don't know. It's kind of just something that, like, it's fun to do, I guess. But it takes time, especially with exams and stuff, but I've been trying. So now you should have something like this, both sides powered up. Now, this is kind of where you can just fool around. You do need something to block these. If you have an 8, a 6, you could probably get away with it, but an 8 for sure needs to be like this. So let's just go over here for a sec. So an 8 block would be like this. Now, the reason why is because TNT only travels 6 blocks, so it pushes something 6 blocks. If, for example, you were to have this, this would go for that, okay, and no more. Okay, this, for some odd reason, goes 10. Okay, so 10, 8, and then you have 6. So 8, 6, and then 10. I'm not going to do it. Okay, so that's kind of what it is. Fairly simple. Because now you kind of understand why. You're gonna kind of get more in depth in here. So you're just gonna put it like that. Now this, because this is going off 1 tick before that. So if this is 4 ticks after that, okay, you have this pushing it into a ladder that is gonna be here, or slab, and that is gonna be pushing everything out, okay? So you kind of want to watch what you're doing with your ticks, because this is where debugging can get annoying. I prefer 4 ticks. You can have it on 8 ticks if you want, but 8 ticks gets really confusing with the sand comp. So yeah, something just like this. So 2 here, 2 here, and then 2 here, 2 here. And then it should look something like this so far. Yeah, fairly simple. Now, because it's a 100 stacker, we are going to want to just put our barrel on right now, okay? So barrels are fairly, I guess, basic, right? So they're not, barrels themselves are not overly difficult, okay? So that is 10, so we can actually have that, right? So we are going to want to push, hold on, let me just get this organized. I'm trying to think of what I'm doing right now. But no, we're going to push all of that into a piston over here. So we are going to need a thing like that, correct? So we're going to boom, boom. Now, keep in mind, because, like over here, this is over here, and that's over here. Therefore, something like this will not work, right? So you're going to want it like this. Now, that should work, right? Depending on what you did. But we're not going to do it like that. Okay? No, we're not doing it. Okay? That looks bad. Bad. Okay? Because now, because we can have a long barrel like this, which I personally like. Not a lot of people like it. I like it. I don't know why. It just looks good in my opinion. You can have a special, I guess you could call it, Rick, what do you even call it? I don't even know. But you can have a special booster. This can go up to 19 blocks if you fool around with it. I'm not going to show you how to make it 18 blocks, or 19 for that matter. But yeah, so basically, this is going to be up over here, and then you're just going to come over here, put 2 blocks here, and now, because redstone that's being like that cannot go over glowstone and then into a block again like that, okay? You're going to want to be, again, like this. Excuse me. I'm a little bit sick if you guys can hear. But then you're going to want to do this. This goes on 2 ticks, okay? And then over here, you're going to want that there. So this goes 1 tick. This goes 1 tick because remember, this goes here, and then this is still on that, and then that. So that's 1 tick. And then over here, still on that tick, but 1 more because that's on 2, right? So that is 2 ticks after the physical first booster. Okay, and now you should see something kind of like this. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, a piston. And then you're just going to put the piston over here like so. Now there's many ways you can do this. I prefer it like this because it just, you put more red sand and I don't know, it just looks better in my opinion. Okay, so 1, now this is for the scatter. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 4. Pardon me, 4, not 3. What am I saying? Okay, so 4. Now you can have it like this, and you can also have one over here. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably just gonna put it over here for now because I don't want to be wasting TNT. So like this. And then you can just put a block there, and that should be your side done, okay? Or one side, okay? Now you're gonna want your barrel. Barrels are 5 blocks, like I said before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you put a block there. So if you did it exactly like I did, you should have it like this. Just make sure that it is 5, not 6, not 7, not 8. And I have seen 8 block barrels, and it looks actually retarded. But now, because you want a 4 block, remember, you're going to put it there. So if you did it 3 blocks like I did, you're going to put it here, and then it's 4, and then it's going to be a 5. So 1 block difference because your hammer is going to be hit up into, or above the sand. So I personally, again, like to see into my cannons. So like this. Make sure that all of these are blocked because when you're watering it, you're gonna have that issue. Now, because now we have our sides done, we can actually go in and we can put our ladders or slabs. So now, because your liner is here, you're gonna want your TNT always here, okay? So you can put whatever you want here. You can put slab, trapdoor, whatever. It depends on if you're going to put this as a left shooter, which I'm not. I'm not going to show you guys. But this is going to be a trapdoor for left shooting. That's what you want it to be on the bottom as well. So now over here, you can just kind of come up here. There we go. So ladders have to go here because of the fact that when your TNT gets shot, if something goes wrong and it comes into the barrel like this and that goes off and that comes over here and slides, it'll blow it up, okay? So you don't need it there, but you definitely do want it there. Now onto the hammer. So the hammer is going to come here, like so. This is kind of where your math, I guess you could call it, comes into play. So because now we have 20, okay? So if you have 20, like right there, like so. We have 10, or we have 9, 10, right? So 10 times 2, that's 20. Now, because we have 100 sand, 100 times 1.154. Now, that'll give us a huge decimal. Okay, so you can also do 1.2, or you can do 1.50, which will not be the right answer, but that is a good left shooting formula right there. Okay, so we are just gonna do 115. So / calc, which is calculator for those of you guys who don't know, who use Reddit. 20 or 115 divided by 20. Now that is 5, okay? So that means these have to go up 5 in order for all of that sand to stack. Now, when you 5 up, okay, you can notice that is going to not be in line if you again did it exactly like I did. Now, because you also had the option of 1.2, you could also stack it up one more. If, for example, you were going in at a higher height than what it was, or if you have a larger slab bust. For the sake of me and my OCD, I'm just not going to do that because I don't want to be wasting my TNT, like I said before. So now over here, you're kind of just putting in your finishing touches, stuff like this. This is not needed. This does not need to be there, but you cannot have a block here. You have to, or you can't have a block there and there. You have to have a ladder or nothing here, or a trapdoor, a slab, and a block there, or whatever you want. That's just so that the TNT actually affects it. Here, you're going to wire it up the same way as your power. You're just going to come over here, like this, bang, bang. Okay, now, I am going to probably, yeah, I'll just do it manually, I guess, just to show you guys. So, yep, you're gonna come over here like this. Now, these are where it gets really boring in the middle of a raid having to do this, or even making cannons. This gets boring and annoying after a while, but I mean, whatever. Make sure you're not hitting these. That will definitely hybrid if you're not careful. If it hybrids like instantly without you even knowing, or like without a scatter for some reason, check that and it'll probably be that. Okay, so you'll have something like this. Now over here, because you don't want to have to put it over here and all of that crap, you're gonna put it like this. Bang, and you're just gonna stack it up, right? Oops. Okay, so we're just gonna stack it up. Now that doesn't need to be there. That top block again doesn't need to be there, but you want to make sure all of your redstone is in line with the repeaters. Now we're just going to do the same over here, like so. Bang. Okay, same thing over here. Just going to stack it up. And now this is what I mean by compactness, right? This is perfectly in line. You could, or you can't have it one more without it affecting redstone and you needing blocks there. So this just looks cleaner and it's much more compact than if you were to say have it 6 or 7 and need a bigger booster on your sand comp, right? So this is kind of where you need to realize, like, the first cannon you'll ever build, you will know, like, okay, I need to start in the sand comp, or I need to start in the power or the hammer. I personally like starting on the sand comp, because if your sand comp is good, your cannon is quite easy after that. So, over here, you're just doing the same thing as before. There we go. Now, you don't need it as over here before, because this is doing that one, remember? So if you were to have that one, they're going off at the same time anyways, and you have no need for it. Okay, so now we're gonna figure out, okay, so we have it like this, okay? How are we gonna make this get hooked up to the power? Because it needs to go 4 ticks after, right? So like this is normally how I do it. If it's one lower, I'll do down here. If like the power is one lower, I'll do it like that. Right? So I normally like to put one there and just one there. Now, because it's 4 ticks is your hammer, okay? Always 4 ticks. Okay? I just like to put that on 3 and that on 1. Okay, same thing on the other side. Okay, this one you can just do it straight out. Okay, bang, bang. Make sure these are not different. Okay, if this one's on 3 and this one's like this, okay? That will not work because they're going off at technically different timings. It's weird, I know, but it just is how it is, okay? So now we're just going to want to, I guess, make it nice again. So I'm just going to fill it in, put some glass here, stuff like this. Now, as is, this should work, but we don't have a slab bust. We can't go through slabs or anything. Pardon me, it won't work because we forgot something, okay? So this is where we're going to hook up our hammer piston, okay? When somebody says a hammer piston, this is what they're talking about, okay? So you're going to want 2 blocks out, a repeater there on full ticks, a block there, and this is kind of where you can do whatever you need. I do it like this. It's compacted, looks good. Just come into here, place it there, like so, okay? Place another full repeater, And then over here, you're gonna want to go 9 back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are all on full ticks. Like so. And then you just connect it, okay? That will be what you need. That should work, and that'll definitely stack if you did it right. Or even if I did it right. I don't know if I did it right. Okay, but now on a cannon like this, your booster, like this, needs to go off first. Okay, because without that booster going off first, that power is going to tick off way too quick, and it's going to fire before that booster even has a chance, right? So you're going to want to move your button. Unfortunately, this is kind of where I even struggle. You're just going to want to kind of fool around. I'm going to put it like so, and I'm going to put it on 4 ticks. So that goes on 4 ticks to begin with, right? And then I'm just going to put a leading wire over here. Oops, don't connect that. And like so. Bang, bang. Like so. And then like that. And then we're just going to come over here. And we're going to connect, bang, bang. Like that, bang. Okay, so now that should work. That should definitely work. Now, because we have 6 over here, we're gonna want 8 because it goes off 2 ticks. Okay, so it goes off 4, 6, 8. So 8 ticks should be your last. And then your hammer is on, well, 4, I guess. Well, technically 5 because it's the last. So it's going on. I'll just say 12 because that's technically what it is, but you're gonna want this on 8. So because this is 4 already, you're gonna want, that's 5, right? 6, 7, and 8. Okay, that is definitely varied. Like you can do that however you want it. I do it like that because that just actually looks pretty clean, stuff like that, right? But now, where's our slab bust again, right? So, in here, we're going to put that like that. And then we're just going to hollow like so. Now, the reason we do this is because most bases nowadays do have slabs, right? So, or at least some sort of defense that you'll need to break before you can stack, right? So I personally just put it as a 6. 6 is good. Most people don't stack their slabs like Gontroller and Origin and stuff like this now, right? So over here, you're gonna want it on the same tick, but instead of the hammer repeater, you're gonna want it on a comparator. I don't personally know why this works. When I learned, I didn't really want to go in depth, and I just never did, and I just haven't really learned. All I know is it works, and this is how you do it. On a cannon such as a web buster, it's different because your web buster is hooked up to this and it's acting as a huge ass slab bust, right? It's a bit different. So this should be your cannon so far, okay? It should work as is, providing I've hooked up everything. Looks like I have. Yeah, I believe I've hooked up everything but the scatter. And also, just for your redstone, over here, you're just going to connect it like that. That, again, varies. It doesn't really matter. Over here, you're just going to want to... Well, I'm just going to put a wall. It really doesn't matter what you do. I preferably do, like, a pretty big wall, like 30. Actually, I'll do 50. Yeah, 50 is good. Now, just remember, if you are cannoning at a higher distance than what the cannon is originally meant for. So let's say it's a 100 stacker and you're cannoning at Y200 because there's only like 15 walls, okay? You will make sure, or you will want to make sure, whoopsie, you will want to make sure that the power is working and your hammer is working, okay? It will not stack fully if you are not careful, okay? So I'm just going to water these walls. I'm I'm gonna make it so they aren't gonna slide no matter what and break the wall, just so you guys can see that, well, it's gonna work. So yeah, it should work like this, right? So providing that you have done everything, it should, whoops, it should work. So sand 108 again, right? Copy, I'm gonna, but now again, we need webs because, yeah, do not forget your webs. That is a big thing, do not forget them. Okay, 156, if you did a 100 stacker, this is 156. Okay, again, I'm just gonna fill it, 50, 3. Now, I'm just gonna disconnect our slab bus for now, because we don't need it, or we're not testing it slabbed. So we're just gonna do it like that. Okay, now I'm just gonna set my speed as 2 here. So let's fire it. Now I'm waiting for my FPS lag, and I'm also waiting for it to work. Bang, bang, easy, see, stacked all the way down. So now we're just gonna do our scatter. So our scatter is gonna be, I'd say, probably around 20-ish blocks. Now the scatter is something that you are definitely gonna have to fool around with. I was always, I guess, good at my scatters. I was never really needing to know how to do them. I always kind of just knew it. So like this is normally how I'll do it. And then because I do want it as well, obviously I want it bigger. Now this is where you're definitely gonna have to figure it out. Okay, so I'm gonna try that. That probably won't work, right? Because, well, you're gonna have your hammer probably taking off before that, and that's probably not even gonna be pushed, right? So we're just gonna copy it. Oh shit. Whoopsies, guys. Oh, I shouldn't have copied that. Why did I go and copy that? But don't do that, guys. Don't do that. So let's just redo this. I'm very tired, guys. If you guys can't tell, I also have to study in about 20 minutes. So I have an exam tomorrow, so I'm quite tired already. So yeah, now that we've copied it, let's not do anything. Now let's fire. As you can see, I also put red sand up there. That's just where your red sand goes. Should work if the timings are correct. Bang, easy. So now this is your 100 stacker, right? So I'm just gonna paste the sand. It won't clip anything like that. So the order of entities, okay, is, or are, well, a bit different, okay? Wait, is that gonna clip? I don't think that's gonna clip. Is it gonna clip? No, it's not. Okay, so the order of entities for a cannon, if you're nuking, for example, would be power, sand falls, okay, and as your last sand, because they fall in twos, your last sand will equal your power, okay, or your hammer, okay, so it'd be power, sand falls, your hammer ticks as that last sand falls, and then everything else that needs to go, stuff like that. Okay, and then also you can notice that this could go through water lava walls because it's a instant hybrid, if I'm correct, if I saw that correct. Yeah, it's an instant hybrid. Now, the way you can tell is because it's not coming into here, right? It's staying out, right? So this is gonna go through lava water walls. If it doesn't work for you, then just adjust these ticks like that. That's probably a little quick, but whatever. And yeah. Yeah, so that's a little quick. So we're just gonna come over here and adjust it like that. That's on 4 ticks more, okay. So yeah, you wanna make sure when you're doing a scatter as well that you are watching what you're doing. Okay, so again, that is too quick. Okay, and then you're just gonna come over here, add that one. So yeah, that's, I guess, just where you need to do, or what you need to do. And yeah, so I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, just leave what you guys want to see in the comments below. what I should do, if I should do a series, stuff like that. So just one last thing before I leave or stop the video, I'm just gonna show you guys this needs to be connected in order for you guys to stop bust. Okay, if you don't have that, it's not going through slabs. It never will, and it never can. Okay, that's all you guys need to know. Just to prove it to you guys, this is just gonna, I'll just slide these. Okay, obviously one. Do I have sand? Yes, I do. Okay, now you're just gonna, or I'm just gonna fire again. I personally prefer to turn off my slab bust if I'm not slab busting, just, you know, because it's easier. Bang, and as you can see, it hybrided, and you can go on to the next wall. Yeah, so those are the only things that you really do need to know. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. If you guys are on exams, good luck, and I will see you guys in the next video.